when you're a player and what you want to do is very contrary to what the entire rest of the party wants to do, then you've got to find a way to make that fun and work with everyone to enjoy yourself and make sure you don't get in their way. So with that in mind, I'm going to tell you today's story, which is a continuation of this story, which is a Dungeon World campaign that I've been enjoying very much because it is pure chaos. Previously on this wild ride, I, Watsarus Ismene, the brave thief, was stealing lots of stuff from some ethereal, spooky-looking people in a realm that did not abide by the laws of physics, even in the slightest. Our objective was simple: to get back everything that was stolen by the pale, no-mouthed, big, blue-eyed, spooky-looking things. Let's reset the scene. There were 5 piles of treasure and 5 different spooky creatures, ethereals. I totally forgot to tell you last time. They were called filchers because that's a word for pinching things. But no one in my group took that seriously. We were like, say what? They're felchers. Oh, I don't want to get felched. So that was a thing for the entirety of the game, and it was very amusing. Anyway, the felchers were sitting on their piles of stuff. 4 of them out of the 5 were very not happy about the fact that they were getting beaten up and their stuff was being stolen. So they started to steal things from their piles and seemingly absorb it into themselves. The 5th, who was my best friend because I poisoned them, was just sitting there trying to be helpful with glowy golden eyes, just going, because they did this creepy sing-song voice thing. Slowly, we started to do serious damage to these 4 vultures who were grabbing things from their piles of treasure, and slowly as it started to go down, we saw the minerals, the merchant goods, and important things like cool treasure that we were supposed to reclaim. The ranger Maximilian Hammerus of House Hammerus used his amazing ability which lets him shoot things with a bow and, depending on the result, allows him to do damage but also to knock things out of their hands and make them drop stuff. I believe the wording is drop stuff because that was quite important. The first one that he used this ability on, its hand burst. It had 4 arms, by the way, so it wasn't going to miss it. Its arm burst and like a rain of stuff spewed out. Now this was also a really special play session because for the first time in ages, everyone was there. There was Bessie the Paladin, the forthright but slightly misguided and not very smart paladin. She was amazing, but there was Kaiming the monk, very honor-focused and bound to destroy evil for his dragon god. Barbosa the barbarian elf, also not very smart and very good at hitting things. Actually, that's not true either. He's fun to have around, let's say that. Ash Saker, the lizard man immolator, a fire wizard of incredible power with rituals for any occasion, but also very impulsive and very, very willing to sacrifice things to the fire. As previously mentioned, there was also Maximilian Hammerus, the Sir Digby Chicken Caesar analogue with a mouse called Pinky who he could talk to and was very, very eager and fun. And Maximilian himself, seemingly delusional about everything belonging to him, which played right into my hands as Watsarus Ismene, the thief. Dishonourable, smart, quick thinking, and not very keen on getting myself killed, which this situation seemed to be headed towards. So Bessie and Ash Saker, they dash through the portal, because now they're player characters, to join us, and after basically commanding this non-Euclidean universe to bend itself around them to deliver them straight to us, they found their way around and managed to find us in a fight. They got lost, they fell up some stairs that were supposed to be going down, but this was normal. They found their way to us, which was the important thing. Then the real battle began. We started to do damage to these ethereal felchers as they stole things from us. We stole it back. Our swords got pinched, and I managed, sort of, by failing the roll, to convince my newfound friend, my ethereal felching friend, to help us out. I was like, please, find us a way out of here. He was like, please, help us. Just stop your friends from fighting so we can grab our stuff and go. This storm overhead, which, by the way, is a thing I've forgotten to mention. Gathering storm, fighting felchers. I convinced my friend to have a slap fight by stealing all of their stuff. That's what it was. I got this felcher to steal all of their stuff, then they would have it. They got into a fight, they're starting to take damage, and it seems like a really, really tense situation. One by one, we take down these felchers. Another arm gets blasted off. Coins spray everywhere. My thiefy eyes turn into cash symbols. I steal out a bag from my own bag, not stealing, but I open it up and make an amazing dex save to literally catch every single coin. Now that all of the enemies are done, I'm very, very quickly trying to convince my friends not to kill my new favourite thing, which is the friendly felcher who's helped us and isn't attacking us, but everyone's like, well, I sense something wrong about this one. It seems to be singing at me in a weird way. I slowly bring everyone around to my way of thinking that it's not attacking us. It's our friend. It can help us out of here. And so I turn to it and say, please, felcher friend, help us leave this place. You can keep all of this treasure, minus what we need, and you can, now all your friends are dead, you can come and stay with us in the normal realm. And it seemed interested in this proposal, so its arms reached out. And then they kept on reaching out, and then they got creepy and really long. It grabs each corner of this room and slowly starts to fold it as the space inside compresses. The barbarian is like, well, is it going to come with us? Can we hire it as a hireling? We have a bad track record with just stealing things and people and animals and bringing them with us. But the DM just said, you can try, but no. And so the barbarian was like, it keeps looking at you, Watsarus. And he puts me in a bag. And then the friend is just like, no. It doesn't say the word no, but it makes distressed singing noises. We had all decided that it was for the best to escape. We left the slowly contracting room. Me and the golden friend, Felcher, had one last longing eye connect look like, I hope I see you again, as I got carried up the stairs to the roof, where our friend wizard, Ipni, was waiting to save us and lead us out of this horror non-Euclidean realm. He hopped on his dire wargie, which is a dire riding corgi, which is big, and he said to us, bringing out a giant glowing chain, we can either do something smart and maybe get out, or do something really stupid and possibly get out. I can use my magic! And he starts talking to Ash Saker, the immolator wizard, about helping him with some kind of lightning portal, flamey thing, chain magic. I don't know, because at this point, my character Watsarus was like, well, obviously we're gonna go the safe way. this guy burns everything he touches, and we don't even know if this wizard is going to be able to get us a portal out of here. We're on top of this tower, and I get out a knife and some rope, spot the tunnel, the weird, dodgy, magical tunnel, to the entrance portal, and throw a knife with a rope attached so I can beeline down. I'm like, cool, everyone, this way. We might be able to get out this way. Meanwhile, everyone's just going, okay, well, we'll help with the portal thing. We'll just wait around until they're done and, protect us from this weird storm in the sky that appears to be brewing. I just look around the table and I'm like, are you serious? Why? Why? We could just leave that way. No, I'm going. Kaimeng the monk casts hold person on me, and I'm just stuck there going, I want to leave. And Bessie, bless her soul, the paladin was like, come here, it's just stay with us, we'll protect you, I'll put my shield over you, you'll be fine. And then there's just me stuck in position going, it's so hard working with you. I just want to leave. So I secure a beeline out of here. There's like a length of rope, secure, ready to go. The hold person is finally released on me. At this moment, the space seems to crackle with energy and electricity as the storm overhead comes to fruition. A giant eye splits the clouds and starts coming down, and it appears to be on the end of a very long snout. A big unblinking eye, now attached to a giant purple dragon thing with multiple closed eyes, starts to swoop out of the sky, and a huge lightning bolt strikes the tower. The tower is split apart. We begin falling. Well, I say we. Everyone but me begins to fall to some degree. I reattach the rope with the knife on the end to a secure position and start to use it to make a line down to where the portal is going to be. Ipni the wizard and Ashseika the immolator are very slowly making checks on this portal to bring it into life and get us through the other side. Everyone is plummeting at this point. Bessie grabs onto a stone. She grabs onto Ashseika and just strained at the very end of her arms. And the evil eye dragon begins to circle under us. At which point, Barbosa the barbarian begins to think. He brings out some of the sticky webbing that he's stolen from this realm, spreads it out across him, and forms a kind of flying dart towards the dragon. I scream at him, oh my god, please, let's just leave, the portal's about to open. And he's like, no, this is for honor, I must slay the evil. At which point he fails his check, gets caught up in the webbing, and ends up suspended in some kind of cocoon from the very bottom of this exploded tower. As I mentioned in the beginning, I didn't want to work against the party in this. My character, cowardly. My motivations, money, treasure. I had all those things. Safety was within my grasp. So as a character, it would have been the best idea to just leap through the portal that was just about to open and run away. But, I mean, that's stupid and boring and not helpful to everyone else. So at those moments, I think to myself, I've kind of got to decide on a way for me to be true to my character, yes, but also to not get in the way of everyone to think of reasons why I would stay with this group. And mostly it's because they're so much fun for my character to mess with and very, very easy to manipulate for my own profit. When I come up with ideas that I can spin to their advantage, normally there's some, minor profit in it for me. Nothing important. Nothing. It's not like I've got all of the ancient relics that we've currently come across just hidden about my person. No, don't know what you're talking about. So Kai Meng, the dexterous monk, starts to walk along this spiderweb that is holding Barbossa the barbarian from it. And he's like, "Would you like me to save your honor?" And Barbossa's like, "Well, actually, I'm in a bit of a bind, but it was intentional. I'm trying to distract the dragon. Don't you worry about me." And Kai's like, "I can help you." Gets out a knife and starts to cut the rope that is suspending him. He's like, "Actually, I'm not really sure. Let me think about this for a second. I'm going to help myself out. Don't you worry." At which point, they see Bessie in like a dart shape fall straight past them onto the back of the dragon and start to slide down its wing almost off into oblivion. So both of them like, meanwhile, just so I'm clear, meanwhile, I'm screaming at them all dramatically going, "You could just save yourselves. We've got the loot. We've got what we need. We could just leave." But no, this was the thing. This was the moment where they felt, no, we can destroy this evil. It doesn't matter if we get to leave through the portal. Evil must be crushed. All of them at that point, apart from Max the Ranger, all of them start falling onto this thing. They help Bessie up. They realize that as each of them gets marked by some ethereal magic, another eye on this dragon opens. So what Kai Meng does is he walks up to the front eye and basically brings his foot down on it and cracks it open. This thing takes incredible amounts of damage. And me, being safe, I decide that the best thing I can do right now is to be not on the dragon, because they need an escape route. I fall through the flaming portal that has literally just opened. Ash Seika, able entirely to now focus on getting himself to safety. I fall through this portal. It sets my new shiny cloak that I stole in the previous episode aflame, and I make a groove as I slow myself down with my face on the other side of the portal in the normal realm. Unfortunately, there is still a horrific storm cloud of magic brewing above our heads in the normal realm, and the tree to which the portal is affixed is beginning to glow, and it seems to be struck with lightning. So things aren't going well. I readjust my rope, I pull it back to me, throw it out, hit the dragon in the tail, and try and brace the rope so it is taut and yet not tied off, so everyone can climb off. Once again, I'm still trying to convince them that I have an escape route for them, I'm helping them, but they should leave. No. Every time Barbossa tries to hit this thing, he fails and gets struck with lightning. Bessie, however, uses her divine guidance. "What here is evil?" she asks. And each eye that opens, she looks to them and sees that they're made of crystals. We have discovered these crystals before, and they are the Watcher's evil magic. So one by one, she begins to smash them all, along with the assistance of Kai Meng, who uses his divine dragon's strength. They're smashing these things. They're almost there. They're almost out of health. Ash Seika teleports, I think, or falls onto the dragon. I forget. But he uses his new knife, the Vorpal knife that he has discovered. This was basically a realm of treasure. He found himself a cool Vorpal knife, which allows him to remove one thing from his target. Now, that can be its head, that can be its arm, or in this instance, a magical crystal. The final magical crystal gets levered with this Vorpal knife out of its socket, and in the sky, there's just a crack of thunder, and the dragon seems to be doing a very good impression of a dead dragon as it flops and falls. Everyone jumps onto the rope that I've left for them, and I start pulling them in. There's chaos, there's lightning, there's winds that buffet them as they climb up. They're all holding on to each other and getting in each other's way. So Maximilian Hammerus, the incredible rogue who's been pelting this thing with arrows, he's been helping himself get to safety. In this realm of non-physics, starts to think to himself, I have a walking stick, and I'm very far from this portal. I need to fly there. So he puts the walking stick between his legs and wills it to become a flying broomstick and transport him from where he is through to the portal. And he gets a partial success. So what happens is he goes, whoa, just like intermittently being thrown around on this walking stick through the portal. He ties it off to the rope and he just sends the thing into the distance, and it goes, and this is the entire rest of the party just got jerked around on this ridiculous rope attached to a sort of flying broomstick, walking stick. Well, it's not a walking stick anymore, it's a flying stick. They all get pulled through the portal just in time as the tree that it is attached to in the normal realm begins to glow. The wizards close the portal, and a rush of wind and energy and white light pierces the sky, pulsing up from this tree to clear the storm. As we dust ourselves off, we see this tree bloom, and out of the leaves, between the branches, I look up, and I see my new ethereal friend singing down to me, ah! And he looks down, I look up. He unfolds an entire room full of treasure. With all of the goods, we've retrieved our friends, we've retrieved the stuff, and gotten some new things to boot. There is a whole world of new possibility for us and our crew. As I talk or sing to this ethereal friend, no longer a Felcher, now the guardian of the golden tree. I forget what we called it, but he's there. He's our friend, and he's so happy that he decides to stop stealing, I guess. And me, as always, am very happy to, as a lawful thief, have redistributed all this wealth that he just unfolded in front of us. And I think I will leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments how you work out your little internal disputes between what the party wants and what you want in the comments, because that would be interesting to read. Subscribe if you want more. Let me know how you've enjoyed it on Twitter or whatever. Support me on Patreon, all that good stuff. But until next time, mustache.